Step up.
Right.
What up? What up? Welcome to another episode of We Geekin. I'm your host, Kosh. Today, we're going to discuss Bleach episode 11. Before I jump into that, I want to say all of you guys supporting the platform. We Geekin has reached over 50 downloads of episodes. So thank you. Uh-oh, we've got mail. You got mail. He jumped out of here. But thank you guys. We Geekin has over 50 downloads of episodes, and we are still climbing. When I checked earlier, we're approaching 60 now. So thank you for the support.
Welcome back.
Definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate that. So I'm going to let my guests go around. We do have a new guest on the We Geekin stage today, so I'm going to let them go around where you can find them at on their socials, and then we're going to jump right into Bleach. So we'll start with my man, 6'6".
Well, you can't find me on TikTok no more because I got banned off of TikTok.
You ran into Shawn Michaels. She got hit with the eyes move.
Babe, you know you live, right?
She don't care.
Well, you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, but not TikTok.
At 6'6", at SYXSIXZ. So my man Ad, what's up, brother?
I say, shoot. You can find me on Instagram, Admiral Brown 86, and on YouTube, Admiral Nasty. That's the actual name of the channel, so that's where you can find me at. Still feel salty because my boy got kicked off of TikTok. Might have to go on a mission.
Yeah, we went on that Ichigo mission.
And coming to the stage is actually the one who got most of us into Bleach a long time ago. So the person that's getting ready to talk now, I'm going to tell you, what he used to do when we were younger, he would buy box sets of DVDs and then a DVD anime that we had never watched before, and he would just hand it to us. It'd be like the first 5 seasons, and he'd say, here, just watch it. You're like, what are you doing? And then you watch it, like, you got more of that? Like, it's like, yo, you got some more of them? You got some more of them joints? So I'm going to let him introduce himself and where you can find him at, and we're going to jump into it. But this is another one of our homies, so.
Yeah. What's up? It's your boy KO. Yeah. It goes way back. We all go way back, early 2000s and whatnot, We all started with DVD,
How can they find you on social?
You ain't find me nowhere. You know why? Because I can't be nowhere. You find me on here, right here. That's all you
see.
His
info will be in the description below the video and the podcast. All right, don't pay him no mind. So look, fellas,
Facebook
Bleach episode 11, man. So much went in there, and we finally got to see Ichigo's mom, who nobody knew except she just died from all the episodes before.
No, from the first episode. Yeah, from the first episode.
Finally get to see her.
Yep.
So I got some clips. We're going to jump into this and we're going to talk about this. So give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. So we're going to jump right into Isshin and Masaki fighting the Black Hollow. And we're going to kind of talk about what happened because it was so much that went in there with Ichigo trying to figure out what happened in his past to find out who he was. Because Oyama said, I'm not giving you a Zanpakuto because you don't know who you are. Which is not, this is a true statement because Ichigo still hadn't known too much about himself. And 6, you said something at the end. You and I talked about this behind the scenes. What did you say about Ichigo? He's not a what?
He's not a Soul Reaper.
Not a Soul Reaper.
He's not a
Soul Reaper.
He's not a pure soul. Yeah, he's a different type of. He's different. We're gonna get to the video though.
Oh yeah, so shout out to Nanami on YouTube for the clip. Definitely appreciate it. Where did it go all the way down there, though?
You might as well just call him a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? He a hybrid.
He is. He really is.
He is a hybrid, dog.
Yeah.
Very hybrid.
You ain't purebred. You know what I'm saying? You a hybrid.
Purebred.
死神自体試しに冷圧で釣ってみるか。
Yo, they did them dirty. They ain't even see that joint coming, yo. Like they just got so quickly.
They made KO choke. You all right over there, bro?
Now, here's a little thing going on. If you notice, the way that this hollow moves is similar to the way Ichigo's Bankai is. Like
go.
that excessive speed.
Remember I was telling you about that, Kosh? I was telling you. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
黒いホロ全身は黒いし冷圧はホローに間違いねえようだ
何かとんでもない大きさの冷圧が移動してきてる
やめるんだMasaki
So for those unknown, that's Masaki Kurosaki. That's Ichigo and the two sisters. That's their mom. So anybody that didn't watch the episode, that's who that is, all right?
何度言えばわかるんだ片桐たちゲニシュトに任せるのがしきたりだ僕たちエヒトクインシーはやすやすと違う
So I looked up what an Ek Quincy was, right? That's pretty much like a pure blood. So Quincy's began true breeding, Ek has pure heritage Quincy blood. The rest were Gimshike, Gemisc, Gimshike, or mixed breeds. So pure breeds and mixed breeds. And that's why Ishida's father was going to marry her so that the Quincy bloodline could stay pure. That's why that marriage was arranged. Never knew that until this episode.
Uh-huh.
血を流すべきではないんだ君はもっと自分を大切にしなくちゃいけない外見はホロだから技の運びは死神みてえだ
So it looks like a hollow, fights like a soul reaper, not quite in a Ronkar, not quite in a Spada, not quite a soul reaper. Which y'all think?
Vaste Lorde. It's supposed to be incomplete Vaste Lorde.
My G.
今のは何だまるでメノスの戦い方じゃねえか死神を食らうたびに強く賢くなってやがる誰の差し金だ燃えろ演劇
Okay. So this leads to the questions right here. So he just used a flame Zanpakuto in Getsu. In the past, when he fought Aizen, when we first saw him really fight, he definitely used the Getsuga Tensho, and there was no fire on that Zanpakuto. Supposedly. I do have a clip explaining that. What do y'all think, though?
I think it was a technique that Ichigo inherited from his father and didn't know about it, and that's why White taught it to him.
Okay.
Because remember, White taught him the Getsuga Tensho.
Right. Right.
You know, nobody. He didn't learn it. He didn't learn it from his other Zangetsu that resides within him. He learned it from White.
The old man Zangetsu, yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at it like that, it's like, but
right.
like he inherited a lot from his father as far as like those abilities. We haven't seen his Quincy abilities yet. Just finding out about that.
Right. It's shocking because I thought it was only two, like Hyonemaru, the ice ones. I thought it was only two fire Zanpakutos. The one old man used, Ryujin Jaka.
Turn the sync on.
And I thought it was this, well, I guess Engetsu now, but didn't know he had a flame type Zanpakuto, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We'll keep going.
Can you do that? Look who that is.
You know exactly who that is.
裏切り者が糸を引いてやがるなめんじゃねえぞ
My man hit him with a Katon Gukyaku no Jutsu. Hit that man with a giant fireball.
Yes,
But
sir.
Underestimated, man. This cannot be underestimated, brother. Like, whoo. I'd love to see that man in his prime when he was really getting serious, or what his Bankai is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Isshin was that. And the fact when he fought Eyes, remember that? And threw that man back
He
in like
plucked
3
him.
buildings, but he plucked him, just get out of here.
He might be highly proficient with Keto.
True.
片腕がもがれても元気だな。クイーン氏計画外の事情です。
To think, 1,000 years ago, Aizen was still putting these plans in place, and those two were with him. And Isshin figured that out 1,000 years ago. So that also might be part of why he left and did everything that he did, because he knew the traitor was there, and Aizen probably would have killed him if he'd have found him at that point in time.
Yeah. They were concealed. Like, those cloaks they have on conceal that spiritual pressure. So, Isshin cannot sense them at all. Nor can Masaki.
Aizen boy.
Because they did that. Okay, I get it. Okay.
Aizen boy.
Aizen is special, man.
様子を見よ。
Boom! Point blank.
That got me pumping my jaw.
Yeah.
Point blank, like, yeah, I got you. Pop. Get out of here.
すまねえ。助かった。
私をかばわなかったら、こんな大怪我。
じゃ、貸し借りなしってことだ。
直します。じっとし、
ジョーちゃん一体何者だ。
どう答えればいい。
It's even crazy to think up until this point, they still weren't even communicating at all. Like the Quincy's and the Soul Reapers, they weren't communicating at all, and was still on that hatred tip. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she helped bridge that. These two helped bridge that gap for what, you know what I'm saying, was kind of going on now.
私は黒崎正樹、クイーンシーです。
そっか、クイーンシーか。実物見るのは初めてだ。生でクイーンシー見れるなんて、なんか得した気分だな。
なんだろう、この人。他の死神も、みんなこんな感じなのかな。そうだといいな。リュウちゃんもおばさまもみんな。
What y'all think? What y'all got? While I get the next one loaded. Because we talking about Isshin. We talking about Isshin with the Getsuga Tensho. I found something about that interesting. But what do y'all think so far about Ichigo's mom and him figuring out himself now?
Well, you clearly see that, you know, she's fearless like he is when he's motivated. So he definitely gets that from both his parents.
Yep.
But she literally put herself in harm's way because she could have died in that instant. When
I agree.
Hollow bit her. She could have
He
died
definitely
in that
takes
instant.
a lot after his mom from what I saw. Like that episode showed that he definitely has parts of his father, but he is so much his mom. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Real gutsy, yeah.
So
she's definitely
it gets
gutsy,
a good 10 show. So you put some up on Facebook earlier. I'm gonna read some of that. But I found a video also on YouTube explaining a little bit about that. So I'm gonna go. I got a clip of the Getsuga Tensho when he fought Aizen, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show y'all that. Massive.
Yeah. Well, he is a captain. He is a captain level Soul Reaper, so.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think before I show this thing? What do y'all think?
So you have to think. He's a captain and he's a noble. So nobles are known to have higher levels of spiritual pressure.
So apparently that Getsuga Tensho, that was fire. Not like spiritual pressure like Ichigo. That was supposed to be fire.
It was a blue flame. A blue flame.
And I thought it was spiritual pressure. Like, how did he shoot Getsuga Tensho if Ichigo learned it from his sword? How did his father learn it? So I found this, and this kind of explains it. And this is from Tite Kubo, I believe, that kind of explains it. So shout out to Simo Urahara on YouTube for this clip.
Hello guys, it's me Simo Orahara, and in this video we will talk about one of Kobo's answers regarding Isshin Zanpakuto Ingetsu in his use of the Getsuga Tensho. So we'll read the question and the answer together and then discuss what Kobo has said. So the question was as follows. Could it be that Ingetsu is actually not...
So this is what we're figuring out, right? Could it be not his Zanpakuto, but actually somebody else's? He is a great noble, as you said. That's why nobody except for the Shiba clan is getting him. Only person we've ever seen use Getsuga Tensho is Ichigo. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fire type. Fire types don't really do that. And you said Getsuga Tensho is a Quincy move, right, Ed? Because it collects Reishi the tip of the sword and that's a Quincy ability.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
And that's a Quincy ability.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Isshin Zanpakuto, but actually another Shinigamis. Like maybe it belongs to one of the 5 great noble families, and it's the reason why no Shinigami noticed the connection to Isshin after seeing Ichigo's use of Getsuga Tensho, because Isshin's Ingetsu is known as a fire type, while the Getsuga Tensho ability releases condensed Ryatsu in the form of an energy slash. Kobo replied, the reasons for why no other Shinigami thought about Isshin after witnessing Getsuga Tensho are as follows. First, Isshin's Getsuga Tensho is different from Ichigo's in that it is a close ranged attack in which both fire and Ryatsu are released in the form of a slash. Second,
so apparently that thing was fire. So when he released fire out of Zanpakuto. I guess he heated the flames up or something to where they became blue, but apparently that blue was flames and not spiritual pressure, which surprised me. Very, very surprised when I saw that, because I definitely was like, do he have a Zangetsu himself with Ingetsu? Like, and he also told Ichigo he had to learn the final Getsuga. So that's the part that was starting to throw me off.
Second, captains don't have any chances of learning about each other's name techniques outside of fighting together on the battlefield and training together. And third, during the Soul Society arc, Ichigo only ever speaks the name of his technique in front of Byakuya. So guys,
that part I didn't know. I didn't know that. He only told him, but he shouts it out so much, it's the only damn attack he knows, but I didn't know that part either.
Back to the question, I personally liked how this person talked about the issue of noble families, because as we know, it has revealed in the novel that noble families have a sacred Zanpakuto. We don't know for sure if each family has its own sacred Zanpakuto, but what we are sure of is that there is a sacred Zanpakuto of the Tsuneyashiro family. Other than that, we don't have any other information about the other sacred Zanpakuto. There is a talk about...
You know anything about Sacred Zanpakuto, Ed?
A little bit. I know that the Shihoin clan has one.
Okay.
I know about that one. I don't know about the Kuchiki clan. I don't know if they have one.
Okay.
Or if they do, it hasn't been revealed.
That.
About the Zanpakuto of Muramasa being the sacred Zanpakuto of Kuchiki family, but it's still just a rumor without a clear validation. So, based on this idea, this fan wondered about the possibility that Ingetsu is not the Zanpakuto of Isshin, but the sacred Zanpakuto of the Shiba family. Because it's like this fan thought that everyone in the Soul Society have seen the Getsuga Tensho of Ichigo, which is not true. And Kobo has explained this through these 3 reasons. First, Isshin's Getsuga Tensho is different from Ichigo's Getsuga Tensho, because the Getsuga Tensho of Isshin is a Ryatsu mixed with fire, and its range is near and not far, unlike Ichigo. Of course, here...
Y'all caught that, right?
Yeah.
So fire type, that's close range. So when he caught him, he definitely did catch him point blank with a lot of spiritual pressure.
We will return to the only scene in which Isshin used the Getsuga Tensho, and it was against Aizen Sasuke. The problem is, in the anime, they showed Isshin's attack in blue, and the same thing they did in the manga, the colored version. But if you check it out, it's looked like more fire than just Ryatsu, especially the ripples that appears, it appears as fire. So this may be a mistake from the studio in the color manga, especially when we see this picture from Bleach Beer Souls. This is a snapshot of the scene of Isshin's launch of the Kitsuga Tensho, and we can see here that the attack has a red fire. Therefore, I think it's just a mistake from the studio, and the same thing happened in the colored manga. Secondly, Kobo stated that captains could in no way learn each other's techniques except by fighting together in battle or during training. And third and the final reason is that Ichigo originally only used this technique in front of Byakuya, and therefore no one was able to see them. In addition, at the beginning of the Ankara arc, Ichigo did not use the Getsuga Tensho in front of any Shinigami. And even if he used it, those who were with him were busy with their own fights. So guys,
what y'all think, brother? Seeing that and knowing that now, what y'all think?
It's true. Like, you can look back at every fight. He didn't know the Getsuga Tensho when he fought Zaraki. He didn't know it. The first time that he fought Byakuya,
because he learned it in his Bankai training.
Use it. Yeah. Oh, he learned it. He learned it in his initial training with Urahara.
Oh yeah.
But he was using it as a last resort.
So what I saw you put up on Facebook, somebody put on there. It says Nayama, who created all Zanpakuto, including Zero Division, says that Ichigo never used a blade made from him, that he would need to understand the origins of his soul to find his weapon. Ichigo inherited the Getsuga Tensho from his father, who was the descendant of the Shiba clan, the only royal clan whose progenitor tried to help the Soul King find a different way of saving the old world as opposed to what eventually happened to him. So I don't know too much about the Soul King yet, but I'm sure we're going to peel those layers back. He inherited blood vein from his mother, Masaki, one of the last Quincy, Ect Quincy, who are nobles within the Quincy that have far above average Quincy capabilities, able to wield Stern Ritter class power. So his mom was super powerful, which also explains why Ichigo can keep leveling up as much as he does. White, the artificial Vasto Lorde, which is the highest hollow with captain level spiritual pressure, infected Masaki with an abnormal energy transfusion obtained from Aizen's incomplete Hogyoku, which Ichigo then inherited. So I wonder when that Soul Reaper bit her just now, if that infected her, which is why Ichigo has part hollow inside of him now. So that part I'm thinking about, because you did say it was a Vasto Lorde. The two noble bloods and the artificial hollow created form a miracle jewel combined to create Ichigo. He never wielded a blade from Nayama because, like similar to Zaraki, his rival in power, he manifested his weapon using Rukia's spiritual pressure as a key to unlock a portion of his power back in the first arc. So he's only just been dipping his toe, kind of like Gohan, just dipping his toe into his reserve of power. And I think now he's finally going to be able to just go to the water and get into it when he wants to, which is going to be awesome. Just awesome when he can do that. But I appreciate, I don't know where you found it at, but appreciate that. You find that online, brother. I'm
always finding something.
That was good info right there.
I say, when you need something, I'm your huckleberry.
So like I said, we got into a lot of that. So next week is the hour-long special, fellas. What y'all think going to happen? What y'all think getting ready to go down, man?
I think we're going to get caught up with a lot of the backstory surrounding Masaki and Isshin. Mm-hmm. We're going to get a lot of that foretold to us. Ichigo's finally going to find, his true center in self, which is going to allow him to progress towards where he wants to be at to get back in the fight. Because that's what he wants to do. He wants to get back in the fight. And we're going to find out what's going on with Ishida. Because we kind of like got a glimpse of him, but that was it. We got nothing else of him. Like, I think this is like the first time we've seen him in like 2 or 3 episodes.
Maybe we'll find out where Shinji's finally running to. 11 episodes, he's still...
That man
but Ishida, bro, but remember what they were saying is 2 different types of Quincy's.
Pure blood and mixed blood. Too. Pure blood and mixed blood.
Well, Ishida is the latter. He's the latter because his mother wasn't a pure Quincy.
Right.
At all. I think his mother was human.
So, KO, what you think, brother?
Well, watching it, catching it, you know what I'm saying?
Watching and catching it.
Yeah.
Watching and catching it. Oh my god!
That look, we'll take it. We'll take it, man. It's your fault. We like watching it. It's your fault anyway, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, you gave me them DVDs. I'll let them things on the side of the bed for like a month. I was like, man, I'm not watching this. Who names the show Bleach? I'm not watching this. And I was bored one day. I popped it in, and 3 episodes, a disc later, 5 CDs later. Like, oh, what? You got some more, man? Like this good. Like,
hey, yo, Kai,
Hey.
screen frozen, bro.
Nah, he good.
That's probably
I've
you.
got mail.
Nah, you
But I'm
good.
I got
telling you,
mail.
okay? I'm telling you, One Piece, okay? One Piece. I'm getting him on a couple seasons already. But
So
he's still like,
I've done
you know.
one season of One Piece. I'm in it.
I'm not doing
where
that
I'm at
shit.
during the
Y'all
grand
can
line now. So we can
Man,
do a
I'll be
whole
100
separate thing
years
on One
old.
Piece. But
Yeah, that's what
starting
we
to
all
get into
said
that.
too. That's what we all said too. I'm not doing One Piece.
that
100
we're gonna do
years
One
old,
Piece.
man.
We're gonna talk about it. But so y'all got any other final thoughts for next week's episode coming up?
They going well. I go by. They going to get more detail of Ichigo's mom, and then also we going to have more of an idea of Ashida's, the family, and the background and history and everything.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing more about Ichigo, and hopefully they go back to the Soul Palace. I think that's where Reggie at, right?
Soul Palace. Yep.
Yeah, Reggie's still on the Soul
Soul
Palace.
Palace. Yeah, I need to know what he's about to get into because that the guy that sent Ichigo back to the real world, I forgot his name.
Nayama.
Keep your eye on him,
Oyama.
man. The owner,
The god of sword.
the creator of
Yeah.
the
The
Zapato.
God of Sword.
Yeah. So
What I like is
I'm
that
looking
it's all building up because now we got this and they're gonna power up and now we got round 2, baby. Round 2 with everybody powered
Yeah.
up. Like, oh, I can't wait for that, man. I cannot wait for that, bro. So
I also think they're going to finally address the issue with all the stolen Bankai too,
they have to.
because they still haven't touched on that.
They definitely
They haven't
have
touched
to.
on that.
Whether they can get it back or they just found another level above Bankai to use. So
Yeah,
they
that
definitely
is
gotta touch that.
an intriguing thing. How do they can steal the the Bankai and see if they can return it? That's a good question.
We gonna find
I ain't
out.
never thought about that.
We definitely gonna
We're gonna
find out.
But remember what I said in the early episode? It all stems from Ichigo because my man couldn't take kids for shit.
But shit,
He's the key.
yeah.
So
He is the
it's
key to all of
it's
this.
something about his genetic makeup that stops it.
And
It's probably
I'm
the part
thinking
hollow.
I think Aizen got something to do with Ichigo, bro. I really think so, bro. I don't know.
Aizen got something to do with everything that's going on, apparently, because
Yeah.
he's been doing this from the jump.
from the
For
jump.
1,000
I
plus
think-
years. Yo, Aizen got his hands in everything.
I think part of it is Aizen was pretty much preparing for the return of
So,
Iwata.
and kind of making a fighter that could be on par with him, fusing with the Hogyoku to be able to take
And
on
that's Ichigo.
Iwata.
I promise you, bro.
That is a viable theory. That is very, very viable.
Yeah.
I know the manga readers are like, I know what happens, but for the ones that don't read the manga, this is why we're doing this. So that's a very, very viable question, though. So, very interesting. All right, so look, we're going to be for the next one with the hour-long episode. Hope everybody has a very happy holiday, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you again. 50 downloads of the We Geekin Podcast. If you guys could go to YouTube and like and subscribe on there, also on Rumble, because some things are Rumble exclusive, some are YouTube exclusive, some are podcast exclusive. So check us out on all of them because we're going in all types of levels with geeks. So check us out on there.
Yeah.
And
So,
let's get to
Help the brothers out.
let's get to 100 downloads, ladies and gentlemen. We can do that shit, man.
50 more. We can
Need
do.
y'all
Look, we were
support.
already at 60 by the time I came in today. So thank you again for the support. We truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you. We're gonna keep
Yeah,
this
we
going.
do.
So on behalf of my guest here, 66, Ad, my man KO. Till next time when we geeking.
Say
Yo.
he.